Greetings everyone, my name is Ederville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In today's morning live stream, I'll be covering a combination of the two new example levels and viewer submitted levels I find online, starting with the former, then moving on to the second. Apologies for the slight audio delay, then I had to take care of something. Welcome to the stream, Pedro, Whatever, Pixel Boy, Sunflora, Raccoon, Jedok, and Tedley. Congrats on finishing Bastion's Rat. I'm not gonna have a stream tonight because I have more sudden commitments, but I will have two streams, or two related streams. Basically, in the afternoon, or evening, depending where you are, I'm gonna be co-streaming with Mega Team Up for Frosthaven. And then tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be sampling the demo of Memoria's Wake and the beginning of Cook Serve Forever. Could you resend the code on this stream as well, Tedley? It's fine, Jay Butters. That's completely fine. Anyways, that's enough of the rules. Let's check out the new example levels first. First up is Conquering the Shattered Outpost by Chips and Sasha. Alright, let's go. Hey, Booey. Thank you, Tedley. Okay, making use of that. How you can make a series of cracked blocks, basically. Only destroyable by explosives. Be gone, Giriobi. I don't like the quick weapon switching for this. Okay, we have to make use of that explosion. I saw that, I saw the discussion of it, I didn't really watch it. I'm not really interested in that many directs. Hey, Beat. Yeah, won't quite reach. Have fun watching Evo. Nice use of those to indicate that, hey, that's a bottomless pit. And yes, Pack is back again. And this time, World 2 is fully voiced. Right, the bouncy rails, or the bouncy trains, which I forgot to showcase, among other things, during the showcase last time. 2 rounds, I'll take the bottom one. Oh, cool. Keep bouncing and I have to blow these up. And they actually act like exactly the same as the other springs, so... Oops. So be careful of the knockback on this one. I can already see that this is a lot better than the example levels not made by Toxin G. I think Toxin G's levels are slightly better, but these eclipse the other two. Okay, here we gotta be careful because the explosion will destroy both the cannon and the floor. So how's the weekend gaming been? It's a little bit quieter here, but at last finished the second to last demo for the next fest. Being able to move springs like that opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. And the other nice thing about this stage is that it's a special weapon-oriented one, which is not what you usually expect from an example stage. But by forcing a special weapon usage like this, you can better see, for example, the effect of the cracked blocks and what have you. Oh my. Oh no! Thank you, Beat. No! I cut it off too early. Luck. Yeah, depending on how things go, this actually may end up ending the best. Depending on how this stream goes, this may end up being my favorite level of the episode. It's just so well constructed, both in terms of using the pile driver and the actual gimmicks themselves. Oh no. And you don't even need to use the quick weapon swap technique. You can just use it once the regular way and persevere in that way. Yeah, impact spring platforms are cool. They're not so much scary, it depends on how they're used. The way they're used here is ingenious. Hello, Megman 11 Teleporter. And the X-Fortress team. Right, oops. I forgot that iframes, you know. Huh? I see. The floor is lowering. Careful of spikes! Oh gosh. That positioning is really not conducive for me. Squish. Props for having a different boss arena. Twice of them. Let's try it again, shall we? My only criticism of the stage may be that the climbs could go a bit harder, but I say that for a lot of stages, this is perfectly sufficient. At this point, for what audience the stage is geared towards, the way it ends is fine. Because if the climax or intermediary were to go even harder, it may put it out of the target audience's skill set. And besides, this is an example stage. For what it's trying to accomplish is showcasing the rails, the new spring impact platforms, cracked tiles that can be blown up by explosives, as well as the Megman 11 teleporter. It did an awesome job. As a matter of fact, it beats out most regular stages posted online anyways. So currently my favorite level of the episode. Good job. As someone whose first level was covered here, as your first level that was covered here, great job. Great job, Chips. I'd like to see more of your levels in the future. Now on to the next new example level. MMMLC Fission Furnace Zone by It's Just Seb. And apparently this was also... Excuse me, let me redo this. It's not loading correctly. Alright. So let's move on to the second new example level. MMMLC Fission Furnace Zone by It's Just Seb. And this is also the contest winner for the latest MMMLC. So we're in for a treat. Welcome back, Jaden. Doing pretty well. Thank you, Zen. Okay. Switch blocks. Make sure to hit those. Gradual introduction, first where you're forced to go down, and here we have to be a lot more careful with the positioning. Aha! That's how we move forwards now. That's a cool way of raising the ice floor, too. Ah, you left Discord? Ah, that's a shame. Whee! I find Discord a lot easier for sending private messages than YouTube. But you do you. Okay. First time around it's gonna be the easiest. But when I return, I have to worry about, well, everything. Basically, I have to go through this the easy way forwards, then the more difficult way backwards. Alright. Slide in. Oh, if I was just faster. I mean, I could just damage. Okay, I have to take an even more elaborate route anyways. I accidentally pressed the button twice. Okay, I have to get back up there, but in order to do it, I need to go ahead there, press the switch, go down again, and press the switch again so I can get back up the ladder. It's a kind of a more windy path. I mean, I could also just fall down this ladder, but I don't think that's the intended method. Plus, what happens if I do that, actually? Okay, I get a bit of a shortcut, I think. Yikes. Thank you. It doesn't matter. Okay. Timing. Yeah, I don't think I actually need to do this, but okay. Like, I could've just fallen down the ladder and that'd be quicker. Oh no! Pfft. Okay, I tried jumping, it didn't work. Go figure. Ah, it's fine, Jaden. You don't need to ask. Just go ahead. I fell for that one because I was thinking I could jump out of it. Now. Oh, shoot. I can't go down this. It won't let me. Now time it. Go left this time without failing. Be careful not to get crushed. Okay, that's how I can make it across while the ice is the second level. Go, 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 go! I know, I'm taking the very cautious... Excuse me, game, that was a tap jump, not a full jump. Hardest part of the stage. We'll get there. Yeah, that's a great way of introducing the up and down lava platform. Although, the grabbers aren't... I don't know. I don't know if I keep the grabbers. They're kind of mean with how there's the instant death spikes near them. At last, it only takes like 20 seconds to get back there. So it's not too bad. Even faster if you're able to consistently hold left, and the game accepts it. See, yeah, it's too low. Okay, now after 7 deaths I can make it back here. I'm exaggerating the number, but you get the trick. Yeah, for the ending part of the stage, it's a good climax. I wouldn't change it, really. You could make it go a bit harder with having to lower the ice level even further, or turn back on the fire. As it stands right now, though, it worked. Ooh, okay. We have to use the icicles to actually reach him. Speaking of fire, it even includes a new remix of the team. Okay, scratch my earlier statement, that was only the halfway point. I can definitely see why this is the contest winner now. Like, immediately. Thanks. Ghosty. See, I'm more used to the levels on the most popular queue or even regular stages of new viewers which just end like that. But this one doesn't. I mean, if it ended right, unlike most levels, if it ended just there, I'd be perfectly happy. Just wanting a little bit more. But now we enter level 2. Like, this now feels like we're entering level 2 of this whole thing. Let me in, let me in. Okay. No. I live. Oh, shoot. Timing 1. Seriously. I think the one part of the stage which a bit irks me is the grabbers. This one it works better because I know what the challenge it's based off of is trying to do, but yeah. It can be a bit of a menace. And there's another stopgap up here just in case. Let's go. Freeze it. No, it didn't freeze. Right. No, I mistaken it. Checkpoint must be after that room then. I still prefer the use of these platforms. I still prefer the use of the grabber platforms here, or the grabbers in general, versus the one early in the stage, which just launched me directly into spikes if I didn't pay enough attention. For what the stage was trying to be earlier, it's kind of a difficulty spike. But this is one of the situations where part 2 of the stage is like Vision Fortress Factor 2 or something. Now everything's on fire edition. Hello. And if you spend too long stuck there, it can just end like that and cause another issue. May want to have an easier section which forces you to use that. Yeah, I get what the target audience for the stage is, but that is a bit tricky. Everything else had a fair introduction, but the thing with the grabbers is that nowhere in the earlier parts of the stage you are forced to be grabbed exactly. Here you are, and if you don't know about the characteristics of how fast they go and when they run out, that'll cause a problem. That's the only real stumbling block at the stage, I'll say. Everything else about it, I like. Like, if you overlook that or you don't mind it, this is the better of the two new. This is the better of the two new example stages. But it's certainly a harder. It's not the traditional example stage because, oh, okay. If I fall down there, it's safer. Thank you. Hello? Let's see, comments. Paris, Transylvania. I don't know if the Paris, Transylvania has more to offer yet. It was getting repetitive even at the end of the demo. I do appreciate there's 2 other game modes in addition to Peggle, Pinball, and Breakout, but I have to say how the full release spreads out things. It also feels like Peglin's better internally consistent. There is a checkpoint at the end of that section. I understand why they didn't put it there because they need to keep continuity, but if it was... I may put one at the start of that if I were making this. When I play Bastion's Rat? In a month. Who made this? It's just Seb. This was the contest winner. And I can totally understand why this is the contest winner. It only really has one potential issue. That also depends on the audience. It really depends on how much experience you have with the grabbers, or their true name. Like, this part's fine. I want to put a checkpoint here. Because you don't get much time to react here at all. And of course, you can screw up thinking, oh wait, I need to go, go, go. I don't mind having to react quickly. The problem is I have to go through these several screens again and again, and that takes 30 seconds to a minute every time. If I were the designer, I'd put a checkpoint over there, or give at least more time to survey the situation, or at least give me binoculars or a telescope so I can see ahead of what's gonna happen next. Because otherwise it's turning into a Diet Kaizo level. Yeah, this would almost never hit the most popular queue normally because of the second part. It's only because it was judged, that's why. Oh, okay. That's what you meant. It would be better if you just put a sign there, game, level. When you say up, it means, oh, some way to go up. You should have used the down arrow or something. Like conveyance, folks. That's why it's important. I'll still take this over most levels featured on the most popular queue or Beersman levels, because it knows exactly what it's doing, going hard for it. And there's a little bit of mercy for the first one in case you missed that second jump, or even the first jump. Ah, I didn't know if it's gonna make it. One lone guard left over. Be careful not to fall in the pit. Nope. Okay. That was actually a good trick. Honestly, I don't mind that. That was a good jape. Yeah, thank goodness iframes exist. And it didn't even start out as an example level. That's what makes it so different than most of the other example levels. I know there are a few other... I think there's at least 1 or 2 other contest winners included into the engine. But I forget their names. But again, as for what it's showcasing, it does a pretty good job with the switches and switch blocks. And being able to freeze and unfreeze the lava. And the fire wave, or escape from the fire. Okay, punch him. Goodbye. Okay, outside of that last section with the grabber, I pretty much have no criticism with the stage. Halfway through when I got to Sparkman, I think it was Sparkman, at the end of the frozen section, I said, gosh, I wish there was a section where the ice gets unfrozen, or the ice gets melted. And lo and behold, that was the last section. Although, if you really want to have something that's even more higher octane, or more puzzle-oriented, have a section where you have to repeatedly freeze and unfreeze the lava in order to escape. This one focused more on pushing the switch blocks, or shooting the switch blocks. But regardless, of the 2 new example levels, this is my favorite one. But Conquering the Shadow Outpost now becomes my honorable mention. And these two, the latter one, Fission, I'd say, is as good, if not better, than Toxin G's example levels. Of course, all 4 of them are better than 2 other example levels. But to be fair, Fission Furnace Zone is more of a 1.9 example level. Conquering the Shadow Outpost is a version 10. So GG you two. Yeah, Peglin's a hard bar to surpass because even if it has one gameplay style, it explores it it explores it to a significant degree. With Transylvania, it's it understands the basics and intermediates, but I don't know. Mycopunk was unexpectedly awesome. Like, oh my goodness, it was kind of the throw-in title in case something else went wrong. But when we played through it, oh my goodness, we had to. That's why the stream got extended by 1 hour. Oh my goodness. I think Marino played through all of the Mega Man Maker level contest levels. With Mycopunk, considering how many missions take place out in the open, layouts are going to be a bit more, I don't know, samey-ish, unless we start introducing environmental hazards and interior missions, or we start having more platforming and building types. Really, the main thing that's going to affect the longevity is going to be the mission variety, as in the different types of the variety in enemies, mission objectives, hazards, and I guess any surprises and modifiers, as well as the build variation. Hey Wawa Wood, welcome! Thank you for the confirmation, Mamawood. What do you mean by the quote-unquote O word? Yeah, it's fine, Mamawood. With Fission Furnace, I'd say it's a high B tier or low A tier. If the last section had a better introduction with the grabbers earlier with a force usage, easy A tier. As it stands right now, it's that's the main thing that irks me about the stage, and I would work around, but that is my opinion on that. Regardless, it's fun. Ah, I see what you mean now, Jaden. When you say O word, because I'm in multiple communities, that does not narrow it down that much. As you're saying overrated, I don't know. Because I'm not really into Hololive or Hololive adjacent or really any VTuber communities, I barely hear anyone talking about it. To be fair, it makes sense. At its core, it's a fan game, true on true. So of course, it's going to be targeting the fan community, it's going to be targeting Crony's fan community, or followers. And if you're outside of that, well, you'll probably not hear that much of it, because it's not going to escape, quote-unquote containment, or rather, popularity spears. But that's true of fan games of different communities as well. You have to be... A fan game has to have high enough production values, enough marketing, or word of mouth, advertising, insert your word here, and a good heaping of luck in order for it to actually break into bigger spheres outside of its original target fan audience. One example would be Mega Man Maker. Like, that really escaped from the Mega Man sphere, or Mega Man Classic sphere, and actually hit gaming sites too that cover a more general audience, not just fan games. I think Chrono Gear is going to be successful for its target audience, and that's the most important thing. I'll probably try it out because, hey, it's free. Hang on a sec, folks. Give me 2 minutes to talk about this, and we'll move on to levels. Your levels. Gameplay loop is basic to intermediate. I know we talked about this with Jay Butters. It's not basic, but it's intermediate. Level design, with the clock tower, I suspect that was one of the earliest stages, so of course the level design is going to be more basic. With the ship, I don't know. I know they fixed some of the speed issues, so now Crony in general moves faster, and that was all one of my issues. I don't know, your mileage may vary. The levels themselves didn't look bland. They were lively and rich in color. Level design wise, I need to see more. And saying it's very bland and uninspired, I disagree with. I've seen way more bland stages in the different fan games and even official products. You can argue it's bland, but very bland, I'd push back on. And if you're saying that I'm being, overly particular here, that's because I find words matter, and especially as an influencer / content creator, I have to be careful when how I describe certain games and my experiences there, so I don't accidentally make them sound far worse than what I actually think they are. I mean, AM2R is on another level. Mago is like a paid fan. It's like a paid fan game. Or some more of a YouTuber game. Take your pick. Like, I don't know if it'd be exactly fair to compare with those. Okay, it is fair to some extent if you're talking about fan games, but if you're comparing the average to the absolute upper echelons, you're gonna get a rather unfair, unflattering comparison. From what I see, to close off and to preempt another question, from what I've seen, do I think AM2R is better than how Chrono Gear looks like right now? Yes. But, again, more ambitious, more time spent, in a bit of a different genre. And more polished up, I guess. Anyways, those are my 2 bits on that whole thing. I'll look more into it. When the game comes out, I'll probably stream it, but we'll see. Okay, on to VR submitted levels. Starting off with Flannel Wastewater by Jinox74, 30 play score 14. I think it'd be a lot more fair comparing Project Chrono Gear with other fan games in terms of ambition and polish. AM2R is not a good one, and if I understand it right, AM2R was in development for way longer. I will eventually play through that after I play through the original Metroid 2, and I may play Mercury Steam's own remake. It's actually quite interesting to see the differences between how they handle the progression and the map design. And how both of the remakes are simultaneously faithful and not that faithful to the original game. For better or worse. I'd argue for better. Oh my goodness. Shiny spikes. Or should I say flashy spikes? Thank you for the free E's. Ah, sure, we have room, Wood. You're basically describing my relationship with Mega Man Maker. Despite all the criticisms I have given it, even during this stream, I still overall enjoy it. Well, I haven't played yet, so I'm not going to make any comparisons, or overall comparisons, especially comparing a fully completed game to Chrono Gear. I'll make a full comparison once the game is actually out. And in the end, there's a certain level of harshness I'll get. And in the end, there's only so much harshness I can give to the game anyways, because it's a free fan project. I'm not going to be as harsh to it as compared to, for example, an indie game being sold for $30. And it's also pretty honest of what it's trying to be, and being very open with the development. Like, considering what engine it's being developed in, it's not going to be that difficult to decompile it, for example, unless they decide to change up some things. Those new spikes do look awesome. They're not custom. That's not a custom spike, but it's one of the new tiles, I guess. Okay, Geno Kids. Oh, That's actually more Jay Butter's forte. I'll say this, despite me screwing up so much during that stream, I appreciate that it's actually geared towards, at least at the start, beginners to intermediate players. Beginners, if you're a beginner, you can just fumble around with the basic intermediate combos. But if you're an experienced action RPG, quote-unquote character action game, you can tear through a lot of the enemies in the demo fairly quickly. I'll say this, I think it was mentioned in one of the streams. I don't know if it was on Spacey Bat's stream or someone else's, so I'll say this. Project Chrono Gear is gonna be scaled down in terms of ambition compared to Freedom Planet 2. Just to let you know. Thank you, Wood. There are so many games I wish to play on the channel, so little time. Like, if I were to list out my true backlog, it'd probably be about 2,000 like games long by this point. Flashclaw? I guess that works too. Oh no. We're gonna just trouble boost him. Goodbye. I can see the resemblance of Toxin Man now. And speaking of which, hi Toxin! Welcome to the stream! Aesthetically it's pleasing, Restless Age was a neat kind of rompy. Am I doing your level pack today? I'm afraid not. What happened was I got a list of other commitments that I had to take care of tonight, and in the afternoon I need to do a co-stream with someone else. So I'm gonna bump it up to next Saturday. I will have enough space for it. As a matter of fact, if I don't have enough viewer submitted levels in the morning, I'll do the level pack in the morning. But mark my words, it will be done. Second up is Pill Drop by Oscar. 91 plays, score 42. Oh hey, Dr. Mario. I need to show this to Joe. Let's escape from Dr. Mario. Well, this is certainly one way to have Dr. Mario and Mega Man Maker. Also, I appreciate that it's actually different than most of Oscar's fare. It's actually trying to be a bit different. This is why you always read the description of games before starting them. That way you can avoid surprises. Oh boy, the viruses are everywhere. Block. Let me out. Okay. Let's see how long Oscar takes this level and see if it overstays its welcome or not. Oh, close. I appreciate what you're doing, but at this point, I think we see enough of this mechanic. Could you provide a little bit more variety? And this boss fight was even easier than the last time. Like, come on. At least add some enemies in the intermediate sections or moving platforms. Like, or try moving the spikes above the bottle. More on the sides. Or try increasing or decreasing the size of the bottle. Maybe add yokus. This is falling into the trap that most of other Oscar's levels fall into. Specifically the arcade and game recreations. Or specifically the arcade game and NES games in general recreations here, where they really overstay their welcome. They're fine at first 1 or 2 minutes, but then... Okay, at least it's a little bit different. They're fine for the first minute or... They're fine for the first 1 or 2 minutes, but then afterwards, we've seen everything they can showcase, and then it gets monotonous. Okay. Thank you for ending the stage here, but as I said, this could have ended about a minute ago, and nothing much would be lost. Especially when you didn't try varying up the bottle more. I know there's a pill drop virus, but I think I'll save that for later. I said this before the Oscar, and I don't think it actually hit, so I'll just say it to you viewers. The problem with most of Oscar's arcade quote-unquote adaptations to Maker, and this also extends to most of the NES adaptations as well, is that sure, they're fine at first, but then they just way overstay their welcome. Or they don't really adapt the source material in a satisfactory way to Maker's format, or Mega Man Classics format. Add this as another example because this could have ended in 1 minute and we wouldn't really have lost much of anything. Like, if you're gonna adapt the Dr. Mario into Maker, at least try varying up the bottle sizes more and play around with having, for example, more than one bottle, or switching between bottles, or adding different enemies, or more gimmicks inside the bottles themselves. Don't just repeat the same conceit over and over, at the same difficulty. But enough of that. Number 3 up is Red Shift Blue Shift by Toxin, 78 plays and the score 45. Yeah, the high-level gameplay of Kingdom Hearts games is a beauty. Oh. Okay. I'm liking what it... Hi, Mega Man. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Every time I shoot Gravity Man, they switch the color of the world. And that also switches the gravity. Also assisting is the duo plushies. Not only that, it also just switches the colors of the switch blocks. I do have a split second before the color blocks switch. Just need to nail the timing on those. Like that. Airman. Hmm. At least I don't get soft locked. Yeah, the high-level gameplay of Kingdom Hearts games is a beauty. Hey, Popcorn. Yeah, new TF2 update. We're gonna be playing TF2 again in probably 3 weeks. How do I reach that? Oh, I see it. I didn't notice the Airman plushie on the left side of the screen. Might be. I was getting really confused of how am I gonna make it there? No. Got it. Visual novels? Excuse me? I'm gonna answer your questions, Jane, in a moment. First though, let's actually do the stage. I see it. Yeah, I was a little bit off screen and I, blew on blue. But it's deliberate. Got it. Yeah, that puzzle was a lot easier than I expected it to be. I thought I was referring to something else I had to do. Okay. Made it. Jump, jump. Here we go. New music. X-Hunters? Okay, every time the lasers go down they take damage? Oh, it's the deflection, I guess. How is this fight done, actually? They only seem to be taking damage every time I shoot the gravity plushie. Gravity Man boss. Okay. In terms of how simple yet ingenious the stage is, it's awesome. Like, it's the best level. It's one of the best levels I've seen in the past 2 weeks, but that means it's competing with Toxin G's example levels from last week, and the 2 example levels this week. So like, if this wasn't a regular stream that didn't include example levels, this would easily become my favorite level of the episode, most likely. But when competing with Fission, I need to write. Hang on a sec. I need to write those down so I don't keep forgetting what they are. But compared to something like Fission Furnace Zone, and even the Shattered Outpost, like this is on par with Shattered Outpost, Fission Furnace is better, so I'll mark this as being the honorable mention. The other honorable mention. Sorry, we only have 3 solid bangers in this week. It's kind of off-putting because usually it's just 1 or 2, and sometimes we struggle to have even one favorite. GG Toxin, and the fact it doesn't have any text edits, even more impressive. I don't know if that's even cheese, but it's more of a jank interaction anyways. Probably fuse lasers off screen. Okay, level. Let me respond to Jaden. Okay, KH Beauty. Now Kumitantai. Yeah, another game, one of the few games that I will be got interested in to some extent. Roguelite gameplay? Could you elaborate, Jaden? Like, the closest game I can think of to having a roguelite VN as of recent would probably be 100 Line Defense, or 100 Line Academy. Let me check the name. The closest thing would be the 100 Line Last Defense Academy. Otherwise, I don't understand how having proc-gen... I don't understand how proc-gen would benefit the VNs like that. Unless you want to randomize the characters themselves, so that almost no 2 playthroughs will go out the same way. Switch is also out with a She-Man plushie. Oh, that's unfortunate here, Jaden. Air Machina ended up being one of my top 5 Air Machina ended up being one of my top 5 Steam Next Fest top played games this time around. I just like everything about it. Well, what made you fall asleep about it? I'm trying to look up Sage entries. I can't find anything that references Aero Machina. You'll need to be more specific of which game you're referring to, or what it rings a bell about. So I basically have 2 comments. First about Kumitantai. I don't understand how roguelite gameplay would... I can understand how it can theoretically work, but actually implementing it with having proc-gen characters and experiences and plots, or proc-gen characters and cases, I can see how that'd be wonderful replay value, but in practice that'd be very difficult to pull off. Yes, anything can be pulled off proc-gen, sure, but being able to execute on it well, that's the hard part. And the more complicated the design is, the harder it is to pull it off satisfactorily. It's already difficult to pull off some of these murder mysteries plots and make them sound plausible and good. Especially harder when you when you want to build characters. That's why I'd be hesitant to say that, okay, sure, it'd improve it, maybe, but in practice, most companies don't have the time, budget, or even the audience interest to actually pursue it. Maybe you can have some level of randomization, but at the same time, you have to be careful. What most VNs do is instead have route splits. and maybe support equivalent support convos. But yeah, that's my Tanakumi Tantai in regards to what you said. As for what the game's plot seems so far, characters seem, I like the character designs. I do appreciate the increased diversity in body types. And of course, the card banning minigame was cool, but I'll have to see more. Yep, random robot order is supported. I've encountered that in some community-run missions. But I raised the question again to Jaden. What made you fall asleep during Aramoshino's demo? Please give me a moment to sip some water and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Hang on a second, let's check stats. Good. Alright, so Valve even uses some missions to a minor extent, but if you use it to a strong extent, the HUD breaks. Yeah, I've noticed that in some community-led missions. It was interesting. Are we in the best of worst timeline? I can't answer that question. Sorry to hear that, Jaden. I guess well, to me at least, it felt really enthralling to execute all those moves and quickly basically jump dash through section to section. That's what made it so enthralling to me. But whatever floats your boat. Leave that last? We'll see. Anyways, next up is Bionic Commando Remade in Mega Man Maker, Area 1, Oil Refinery by PJ Costa, 19 play, score 6. Welcome back, Lepadio. But, as you know, your mileage may vary. Cool symbol. Start! I mean, now that I think about it, this is one of the tracks that's closer to the original Bionic Commando, the Stage 1 team. And giving us the wire adapter and Thunderclaw totally works. Onto the helicopter. Alright, we're on the dock now. Oh my goodness, the wire adapter goes that high? When was that added? Wait. I know it was added. I know it was added with this update, but I didn't realize it just went off screen like that. Oh my goodness. It's fine, Jaden. We can't be interested in every game. That's the exit. Oh yeah, this is where you get the secret codes, but we can't replay the minigame here, so we're out. Now we swing from pole to pole. The description never said that the wire adapter is infinite, nor was there an example level that showcased this. Okay, this immediately increases the... Okay, the fact that it can go off-screen like that... Forget for a moment that we have infinite range. The fact that it can go off-screen like that and hoist you up, that already immediately increases many of its uses when compared to the original Mega Man 4. And add on top of that you can go off infinitely... Well, yeah. Why wasn't there an example level that showcased this, or the game actually told us? Maker tutorialization. It's fine. I didn't really play Bionic Commando that much, so I know I missed some secrets. Genokid's has a more distinct style compared to Arrow, but I don't know. In terms of gameplay and what is actually the genre it's part of, I'm way more interested in Metroidvanias. I first heard of Arrow Machina way back, actually a year ago, when I was looking up indie Metroidvanias. And I also heard about it again thanks to the Platypus Reclade devs, and for Braz actually. Need the orange key. Oh shoot, I see the problem. If I don't get the orange key, soft locked. Also, I should actually take the elevator down. The wire adapter probably has a limit, but for most stages it's practically indefinite. Teleporter. There's the key. Sure, Jacob's elevator. We already have X music in this engine anyways. B1. Come on, let me shoot you. Again, it's okay, Jaden. We can't be interested in every single one of our games. Not every game's for everyone. Okay, that's the fast way of getting up here. Oh, I see it now. In case you lose the elevator, this is the other way. Here we go. Time for the boss fight. See, compared to Oscar's level, compared to most of Oscar's adaptations, this felt much more like a faithful adaptation of Bionic Commando to a Mega Man format. I know it's also an easier conversion because, well, 2D action platformers with shooting. More so in Mega Man's case. Blow up the reactor. But still, especially with the arcade ones, more can be done, but that's enough of that. I've ranted enough. Let's go. Mission accomplished. Precisely, Jaden. I keep informing you that it's okay for people to not like games you like and vice versa. So, I'm following my own advice here, saying that it's alright. Not every game's for everyone. Don't be ashamed. Just like how I said Geno Kids, as cool as it is and how well it executes on its ideas, I'm not that much into character action games, so I'll probably skip out on it. I may come back to it when I'm better, though. That being said, I'm gonna go back to Oscar. Oscar has on occasion, rare occasions, did decent adaptations. May need the Donkey Kong 94 levels. Those actually felt enjoyable, namely as it was easier to adapt, and they didn't overstay their welcome for the most part. Seventh up is The Hell Rider by La Patio. 1 and 2 plays and a score of 41. Cool, you got personal best in Atari. Mega Man 2. Ooh, yeah! Well, no. I want the timer. Keep going. Yes! Riding top of the rails! I'm dead. Splash. Ow. I got hit by the construction bot. The construction bot, not brought. Hey, I actually keep my momentum when jumping out of this. Well, okay. Protoman still has the shield while using that. I need to be on ground before I can turn. And it was changed from the last update, but I can't jump while turning now. So it's more in line with Mega Man 8. Can't ride on top of the lava, I'm afraid. You're welcome, Pedro. Wait, what happens if I do it? Okay. I need to make sure of something before moving on. If I cancel out the rush bike, if I cancel out the bike like that, it kills my momentum. See? But if I just physically jump out of the bike, it keeps my momentum. Cancel out of the bike, lose my momentum. Jump out of the bike, I keep my momentum. It's like the base dash. See? Oh! Well, let's see, Sylve. Ouch. Ouch. I wish I didn't get knocked back like that. Okay. I really wish instead of getting knocked back like that, I really wish instead of getting knocked back like that while taking damage on top of the bike from most sources, I instead took the same amount of damage, didn't get knocked back, but had a lower number of iframes. So it balances out that way. You're still able to ride on, but however, you have to be careful because you get torn apart more easily. I'm more willing to trade speed for less durability. Especially with sections like this. Like, come on. I wouldn't mind losing control of the bike while taking a hit, but don't cancel my momentum or knock me back, please. I repeat. I want to repeat a point. I don't mind temporarily losing control of the bike when taking damage for the same duration as knockback, but don't just cancel my momentum. Go. Like imagine zooming down the speedway only to run into a spike and it just kills your momentum completely. That's not really that enjoyable, to be honest. E. Hello? Pfft. I didn't think you would go that fast. Oh sure, can't just walk onto it like that. The more I play this, the more I prefer the Mega Mix bike. It's way more fun than this. Like, I understand having to give it disadvantages, but this... I don't know. Maybe have an upgraded version of the bike that's basically the Mega Mix version. This does not really feel that enjoyable to control as... I'll have a discussion with Alonis. And not immediately grabbing onto it, serious. That's another weird omission. You have to jump onto it, it's not like the adapters. Have this as a basic mode, and the advanced or super mode, have it be like the Mega Mix version. I'm just gonna do it this way. It's so much safer and easier. Meanwhile, in contrast... Oh cool, this works under lava too. Get me down. Meanwhile, in contrast, Rush Marine works like a charm. What? Can someone... What happened? Oh shoot. We switched... Okay, switched to the... bike. The bike has a shield in front of it. Lol. Hey, coffee. Right, don't hold up like that. When you say Magmal, which Magmal? Like, there's an important difference between the different ones. Give me a second, I have to get used to this. Of course. Yeah, this stage gives us plenty of time for getting used to the rush bike, but not that much for the marine. That is, kind of an issue. Like, suddenly we have to fight, Nitro Man using a utility we just got. Yes, I know, Yashishi down there, but still. Not what I would do. Thankfully, we have a Yashishi there, and I ran out. You can do it. Well, they upgraded the Rush Marine, so now it's lava-proof. It needed the upgrade, to be honest. Please be low. Okay, good. Margarine works perfectly in water, acid, and lava. Okay, yeah. Overall, despite the criticisms, I like the fan game. This is a little bit of weird decisions that I wish they didn't do, or wish they had more flexibility with. If there was a Mega Man fan game contest, which one would come in front? Maker or Magmal 2 or Tree? Tree. Arguably, though. 2 has some weird decisions that bring it down, even though I like it quite a bit. 3, I think, is overall polished one, but your mileage may vary, and it depends on how much. The main thing that'll make you decide whether you like Tree more than Maker or vice versa is how much do you like to provide as stages. With Maker, you have access to hundreds of thousands of stages. I know most of them aren't really that good, but there's plenty of gems. Whereas in Magmal Tree, it's like a few hundred at most. As well as some bonus modes and features. And it's a set number, so if you don't, and it's a set selection of levels. So if you don't like the levels provided in Magmal Tree, of course Makers can be better. So far, version 10's been cool. Version 1.10. Not that many new major additions outside the ability capsules and some other interesting interactions. But Maker's 8 years old now, and most of the other major things have already been released. The one major feature I wish the game add in the future is the ability to string levels together, or make it easier to make level packs and to be able to carry over weapons and utilities. We know that the game can carry over E&M tanks, see Wily challenge. Now actually formalize this so designers can make advantage of it. With 2 versus 3, again, it depends on how much you. At its core, it depends on the levels and the bonus content. I haven't fully finished 3, but we'll get to that. I've pretty much fully completed 2 outside of certain achievements, and of course, I'm not doing green stars. I want to say this: I really like Magmal 2, but I can definitely see why people aren't as necessarily keen on it as 3. Okay. This stage could have been more enjoyable, but I don't know. It didn't fit me as well. Okay, to Jane and Buster's point earlier, as I said earlier, I know but it bears repeating, as I've seen the sentiment repeated in a few other servers. It's okay to not like games that other people like, and also it's okay to like games that other people don't necessarily like. Most of the games don't express harm. They're not harmful to enjoy. I know there are edge cases and other scenarios with certain genres and gotchas, but you shouldn't just keep riffing on people. Live and let be. That's unfortunate about ReFantazio. Maybe in the future I'll check out the Persona and ReFantazio. I know one of my friends has thoughts on it. Yeah, don't we all want to have people to talk about? Don't we all want to have at least someone to be able to talk about stuff we like? Yeah, Rush Marine got a buff. Necessarily so. Honestly, it's better than the Rush Bike in most scenarios. Oh yeah, that one level in Magmal 2 with Groovy Man. That was a fun stage, and I... honestly, I wish the rush bike controlled more like that. At least with that version of the bike, if you took damage, it didn't kill your momentum. That did result in its own set of weird jank, and the way the physics were calculated with momentum was also kind of janky, but the overall design, it was more enjoyable to pilot Nitroman than the bike in this engine. Of course, Magma Tree is the best of both worlds, but yeah. Now we need Rush Marine in space. Welcome back, J Butters. Have you brought the Delta Rot? Or did you bring the Delta cooked? Now, there is actually one more Steam Next Fest demo which I'm gonna edit down the footage, but you're gonna have to wait a few weeks for that because, oh my goodness, 2 hours. We've heard a lot about Star Revolver, so go ahead. I'll focus on the other thing. I'll eventually play Cloud Belt, it looks cool. Rush Marine always had great potential, I totally agree, Zen. Since we have full control over it and can, as such, maneuver it in tighter corridors. The reason why it was eclipsed in the original games is because in 3, the Rush Jet was just stupidly broken. And in Mega Man 4, well, there were pretty much no scenarios where you couldn't just use the Rush Jet over the Rush Marine to get better results. Like, in every scenario where you could use the Rush Marine, you could just use the Rush Jet at 4 and be completely fine. Maybe they should have kept the original limitation where you can't use a jet underwater. But, history's history now. I would have actually preferred if there was a charge shot available in the Rush Marine as a toggle, but eh. Alright, wait, did I actually do tree? I did. Okay. A-Dop is Rocket Fortress 4 Defense Bunker by Sunflower Zoomeril. 10th place, score 5. Let's go! Some ROM hacks do improve the Some ROM hacks do improve the Rush Marine or include scenarios where it outright beats the jet, but yeah, I prefer base game stuff. Likewise, Wawa Wood, the only time I really used the Rush Marine in the original games was in Gemini Man stage. Really in any stage with water. Oh boy. It's not like many stages actually had water. Oh. Ouch. Squish. I thought I was one ahead. This is the boss rush level. I can take it. The hardest part is getting to the boss's roll. Oh, I see why I didn't realize it. Similar color scheme. What's going on here? Nope. Did I botch this? I guess I did. I was supposed to go down there. Where is this on? Okay, it's on the opposite end. Another feature of Magmal Tree or Megamix I like, being able to reorder your weapon order. Cool, didn't go right. Okay, down, down, down. It's the floor. Okay, press the upper switch. Yeah, problem is in Mega Man 3, the Marine didn't have much room to be used because A, not that much water actually, and 2, Jet was broken. Like, it's absolutely broken. Even if we had the Rush Jet from Mega Man 4, well, still we wouldn't really have that much use for Marine anyways. Like, the best use case of a Marine are all water related, so... yeah. Press the button. Now, I could go for that E-Tank. And, I can still go for it, actually. Really, game? I did a jump, and now you decide, nope, lol. I probably should have just gone with base for this. Cool. I hit the ceiling and of course, now I'm dead. Like I said, the hardest part of the rematch stage here is actually going to be able to get to the rematches themselves, rather than the fight. Like, the fights are very likely going to be mostly a breeze. I'm gonna get 1.5 shots to get that. Go, go. E-Tank. Okay, 6 stupid stats later, we can now actually fight the boss. Rematches. Character-specific blocks, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's find out weaknesses. For roll, it's basically Bubble Man themselves. Excuse me, Burst Man. Really, for any Shield Master, roll is the weakness. Okay, that was 2 of them. Okay. There's a single broken one. And now, time for the trio matches. There is quite a bit of discussion. There is a bit of discussion in adjacent communities for Starlight Revolver. Where I participate in, though, not much. Then again, they know exactly what audience they're targeting, and the devs are smart about it. So good job. I have, just like before, the only ad I received of Starlight Revolver following the next fest and before the next fest was the Discord quest. Other than that, though, I have not received any ad. So they know exactly which niche and audience they're targeting, and they're doing an amazing job with that. True, there are plenty of indie devs who wish they could get the same amount of attention that Revolver has and still is getting. Like, even if the game, Starlight Revolver's gameplay is cool and all, but the main thing that it does very well, more so than any other game I've noticed, is how very well it integrates the community into the overall gameplay loop, and how to make it so easy to join parties, and how joining parties consistently joining parties actually helps you out a lot more than going out solo. And also how well they tie in the game to social media, what with the Discord quests and the Twitch quests, or Twitch drops, I mean. So if anything, the social media integration and marketing folks deserve not all the credit, but a significant chunk of credit. As I keep saying, they've pinpointed the exact audience that would like this game and have basically produced a game that is very well suited for them. And a 3D top-down action roguelike that's not too difficult, but at the same time has a lot of depth to it. And you need to know the mechanics if you want to survive, or you can just relax in the overworld and interact with your friends and buddies and build your homes and villas. Not villas, build your residences. Okay, we're back here. Let's rematch. Lol, I got pulled into the blue lava. Oh. You know what, I'll get back to her in a moment. Oh yeah, 2 phases, I forgot. me out, get me out. Nice! The other nice feature about the Mega Man 11 Challenge teleporters is that once they're done, or once they're taken, they're gone. At least there's an option for that. It's piercing, isn't it? Yeah. Obviously. That way you can prevent accidental repeats. Oh my, whoa, my, what just happened? No, that's your actual weakness. That dealt with you. Lol. Thank you for having this equivalent to the Ashishi spawners. Really appreciate it. Chase after Nitro Man. Alright, didn't we defeat him by dropping him into a pit? That was anticlimactic. Smash? Smash. Round 2. More than halfway there. Oop. Only had water. Round 2. Oh no. Getting hot. Let me out. 2 more left. Junk. Woodman's gonna get sweeped. Once I can actually reach him. Well, it's a good thing I got the... It's a good thing I picked the character who is best against shielded foes. And now for the finale. Leaf Shield? Our process of elimination had to be. Well, I found the delete difficulty button. That's blue lava, isn't it? Again. Yeah. Probably would have preferred a different color for the lava, but okay. Hey Senpai El Paizo, welcome. The clearest inspiration for Revolver's combat would probably be Hades and a few other games in that style. Maybe Wizard. Unless I lose a life, then they reset. Okay, that's fair. At least you keep the keys, so at least it's a half solution. Yeah, I noticed that all 4 playable characters have their own gameplay style. With some variation through builds. This is... Because of the arena structure, this is turning out to be the hardest fight of them all. Roll is the one character who... really you don't want to be fighting Smash Woman with. I'm just gonna stand here. Like, you want a projectile character. Okay, this time, race. That's it. E-Tank. Yeah, this is a time boss. Alright, take us out of here, please. Hardest part of the stage was the screen leading up to the boss rematches, to be honest. But that was predicted because by taking Roland, I also made the boss fights easier. I already got an M-Tank, so I'm not gonna take that, but I'll take the Ishishi. Let me in. The Bengays can still guard the doors. Alright, show me your face, Fortress Boss. Okay. First, I'm gonna take out the bottom ones. That was easy. Now for the midsection. I knew there would be a bonus pit. We can do this. Remember, I have the character who can easily just tear apart bosses. Downside is that as long as I can get close enough to them. Back to the giant robot. Excuse me. Thanks. Take 2 of this. while he's up there, I think. Ah, shoot. Not gonna waste that when I can just do this. Oh. The Oxyman teleporter, that's different. Now onto the head. But that'll be in level 5. Thank you for saying this all to me, Sunflora. I know this was supposed to be a rematch stage, but the most notable part was the approach to the rematch and how I repeatedly died due to various weird things. Combination of 80% my failures, 20% game wonkiness. Hardest part was the approach, easiest part was the boss fights. And I appreciate you went a little bit different with the Fortress boss. Instead of just including one of the Wily capsules or machines, you instead went for a custom one using the Boo Beam Trap shooters, cannons, turrets. Okay. Well, he says it's more of a chill level, so let me reorder some things. Ninth up is Origami Woman, Printed Planes by Neko Dave, 18 plays and a score of -4. If I took the other pad, I'd have a mini-boss gauntlet. Just in case. Whoa, Gray Scry with white tile set. Okay, biggest deal maker says the proc-gen layouts. That's true for a lot of roguelikes and roguelites. Speaking of which, I will get back into 30XX, but maybe with a friend. The game is definitely fun, but I mean, how many hours did you play Neon Abyss, Jaden? Like, I like when I play the Starlight Revolver, but I don't have as much to talk about like you do, Jaden. Like, if you want to ask me about the demos that I've really enjoyed, well, you already know what they are. Hang on a sec, I do need to check one thing. Like, if you were to ask me about demos that really tickled my fancy, and I can go more on and on about, those would be Ninja Gaiden, which is actually doing very well, Mina the Hollower, Michael Punk, Aeromushina, and probably Jump Ship, but I haven't actually posted that yet. And maybe Platypus Reclade, but well, that was just part of World 1. $40 hours? That's more than the expected playtime for Neon Abyss 1, Jaden. You got more than your money's worth. Are we supposed to be able to make that jump normally? Too slow. As I was saying though, if you were to ask me about those 5 or 6 demos, I'd have more to talk about. Star Revolver is more your baby. You were expecting much more? What? Hang on a sec. You're expecting much more? The game is only about when I bought the game, it was only for $5. For about 40 hours of gameplay, that's more than enough. How much were you expecting out of that game? Unless you're talking about how much it costed during release. Wrong button. Like, I understand how long games should last, but at a certain point, games should naturally end. Even roguelikes are not even most roguelikes are not intended to be played indefinitely. Can you make that jump without that? I don't know. I think I'm starting to realize why this got a negative score. Oh gosh, yeah, some of these jumps are... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you don't have much mercy here. There is quite a bit of instant death areas. I don't think that's exactly Jaden's point, Buster. Looking back at what else. Yeah, Jaden, but not all. Yeah, Jaden, but we're comparing times of the genre to not as big entries. I'm just saying that is 240 a natural. Do you believe that over 200 hours is what the goal should be for bigger roguelites? My argument is not all roguelites need to last that long. Oh my goodness, the time... Okay, Neko, I think you may have made the stage a little bit too difficult. Like, this is way more Like, if I didn't have this, I'd actually struggle to make it here. Now give me a second to defeat this boss, then I'll continue my point. Yeah, after going through the stage with the help of this optional weapon, I can totally understand why people downvoted the stage, because oh goodness gracious, trying to do this without the use of this, it's difficult. Like, there are plenty of spots where if you don't make the precise jump correctly, you're gonna fall into spikes or fall into a pit. Okay. I do have the Mega Buster. I'm gonna have to use it here. Hello? Any thoughts of how... Maybe I should have brought the vertical mobility option. Once they enter this door, it's one way. So, this stage is now unwinnable. Like, if we're gonna have a boss fight here and you're forced to go through it, or if you go through the boss corridor, you're stuck fighting the boss, and if you defeat the boss, then you're just soft locked. So, you probably want to fix that. Not probably, you should fix that. Like, huh? Excuse me? Okay, so we defeat Tengu Man, then we have to, I guess, backtrack? Yeah, we can backtrack over here, and, yeah, this part of the stage is backtrack. I guess you can make it back up here? Secret tank. And then make it all the way back over here where this is actually off screen. That's a different exit. Well, never mind. Okay, Dave says the level just broke. So, an update broke the stage, so, yeah, defeating Tango Man should end the stage, but for some reason it just... Yeah, something corrupted this. That was a... Was that really the dev exit? Like, defeating him grants us the ice weapon. Is there a way I can get it earlier? Well, yes. So, oops. Yeah, when you defeat the boss, this teleport us to a screen where we gain the blizzard attack, and then finish the stage there. Don't do what you did here, because now the stage is basically unwinnable. Unless you specifically take the blizzard attack from earlier. Welp. Anyways, I'm gonna mark this in red because this stage is technically beatable. Well, I'll mark it as yellow as this stage is technically beatable, but it needs fixing. Okay, now let me respond to Jaden's point. Yeah, you don't have 30XX, that's fair. I'll probably find someone else. Here's the thing, Jaden. I'm saying that you may be asking for too much. I think 40 hours is plenty for a roguelite. But again, I'm thinking from the perspective of the game costing about $10. Now, as the stalwarts of the genre get discounted, you can get Enter the Gungeon at a very cheap price as well, and yes, that does last for hundreds of hours. Or if you want to talk about something even longer, Binding of Isaac, easily you can get several hundred hours of gameplay with that, maybe even 1,000. But it's not just how long the game takes to beat, it's also how much fun you have in those hours. More hours doesn't necessarily translate to better game, and vice versa. And of course, your mileage may vary with the gameplay. Some games just have more staying power, intentionally or unintentionally so. I think Neon Abyss is fun, but I'm just saying this point to everyone. Just because a game takes 40 hours to beat instead of some other games of the genre taking 200 hours, doesn't mean that the 40-hour game's worse. Again, Dave, here's an important point. When you upload a stage to the server, do not take a dev exit, use the regular exit to make for certain that the stage is actually beatable. I understand the temptation of using a dev exit, but unless you can be absolutely sure that you only made a minor change, don't use them. Just use one of the regular exits. I've seen most of your vacation photos. I'm not gonna showcase them in the art showcase. The art showcase is for showcasing or sharing your art and short animations, not for sending your photos. The whole crux of the argument, and the reason why I'm responding like this to Jaden, is that I'm just saying that just because a game takes more or less time doesn't necessarily mean it's better or worse. I'm criticizing Jaden here because saying that I want more, I understand wanting more variety, but again, at a certain point I feel the game has done enough, let it rest. And this is also why you have multiple games in a genre. Like, if a game was so all-expansive in every regard, you wouldn't need a sequel. Anyways, moving right along. Goog. Tenth up is Fernando de Noronha Island by Zen. 42 plays, score of 19. I'll do this stage and then end off with Wawa Wood. See, Jaden, if you led with that statement, I would not have gone on that tangent. That is perfectly reasonable, and I have expressed that point several times about a game that could have elaborated on its mechanics a bit more, or a level. I know, it's me being a bit pedant. I know, I was being kind of rather pedantic there. But there is an important distinction to be made about feeling a game, I want this game to be longer, and you making the comparison with Enter the Gungeon, just talking about the time, made it seem more like you were complaining about the length, the amount of content itself, rather than the elaboration. Like, I've seen so many people talk about wanting to have more content in the game, and not actually even referring to the elaboration, or not exploring mechanics enough. I see a spike guard. Can't slide though. Now we can. So let's see if Neon Abyss fixes that. Improves upon it. Ouch. No, let me out. It is annoying with having to use the editor like that, I agree, but especially when you're doing the final release, be careful. Pretty. I'm being really pedantic here because it's an important distinction in game design, and the more and more you play games, the more and more you realize that, oh wait, I don't necessarily want longer games. I want games that actually explore their mechanics sufficiently to the degree that the audience wants. Because the amount of mechanic exploration is also dependent on the audience, too. To prevent scenarios where, for example, a platform doesn't become a Dai Kaizo entry. Or to put it another way, we talk more about games undercooking mechanics, but it is possible to overcook with them. But whether a game has been undercooked or overcooked depends also not just on the design itself and what they're trying to accomplish, but also the target audience. Ouch. Bike guard saved me. This could have also been an example level. Part DX. Precisely. I want to reiterate this point because I don't want to sound like I hate levels. I don't want to sound like I hate the games that push their mechanics to their full potential or go really hard with them. What I want to say is to overcook on a level, to overcook a mechanic, you're basically pushing a mechanic so far that it breaks other parts of the design or doesn't fit with the overall vision or flow or cohesion with the game. Or it doesn't fit the target audience. When I say fit the target audience, not just the age demographics but also skill level. Or interest. Like you can for games you can end up focusing on the wrong mechanics too. Solid unallied what? I'm having a brain fart moment. I don't know what joke you're referring to. Some? Portal. This level was just as Zen explained it to be, a breeze. Not necessarily a spring breeze, but a lot easier, far easier than their usual offerings. And it was pretty pretty too. As a redundant statement, but you know. Okay, part 2 of the stage. It's a Zen stage, so of course, there'll be a second part. Rush Marine! Mushrine down there. So we'll go up here and grab it. First I'll get squished against the spikes because I misread the timing. How I wish I had the charge shot or piercing weapon. Oh, never mind, that's how you get it. I forgot that the... So... So the tornado generators can actually push me off of the top solids. I didn't know that. Let me take a quick look just to be sure. Seriously, Jaden, getting that age restricted? You can just call it by its actual name. Also, I asked this question to you earlier. What's... Like, you can censor the one word there, but at least give the full context, because if you just say "solid on a live mouse," there's not enough context to figure out what it actually is unless you're already in that community. I figured it out by accident, actually, because I forgot that the water spurts can just... I forgot the water spurts can push you like that. Or tornadoes. Charge shot! Yeah! You solved my problem, Zen. Thank you. One of the moments where this beats out the rush jet. This section would be doable rush jet, but it would require some very precise maneuvering. As in Kaizo levels. Ouch. Okay. I see the exit. Get me out. Yeah, I know, optional, but really helps. No, get me out. We have 2 beats. Now we're outside again. Oh man. If this was in most other viewers submitted streams, this would be an honorable mention. Or if the week wasn't that good, my favorite. But there's already 3 or 4 solid contenders, so I can't. Up, right, down, right. Boss weakness and M-Tank, thank you. So it pays to explore. Yeah, but they discuss suicide for more than that. But enough of that. Let's actually focus on the game, and instead of talking about age-restricted things, let's actually move on. Let's actually discuss the topic at hand, or more specifically, what that's actually describing versus talking about what will get us age-restricted or not. Anyways, Megalovania! I'm not sure if this is part of one of the music replacements or this is actually part of the base game. No, I'm being burned. I can't even open this. I can't even pause the game when that happens. Bye. Let me out. Oh, phew. I could also just use the M-Tank. In any case, yeah, very solid stage. It had some prickly parts, but they were there for a purpose, and it felt less of a difficulty spike compared to, for example, Fission Furnace Zone with that last section with the grabber. This one felt like it was better building up to that point. And I know, Rush Marine could have been introduced a bit in a safer environment, but with Rush Marine, it is more of a chill experience anyways, and it's a lot easier to get a handle on versus the Rush Bike, which has a greater learning curve, and it's less forgiving. The music is kinda in the base game, but it can only be added by text editing, or accessed. Alright then, let's finish off. So the 11th and final level of the stream is Demolition Valley by Wawa Wood, 34 plays, score 14. No, Zen, when we say that, that's brilliance. Mash. You just need to type sans whenever you open the game to unlock. Okay. That's a great Easter egg. It is a few years late, but better late than never. If they wanted to be more current, they would introduce something like It's TV Time or Hammer of Justice. Or if you want to be a little bit less current date, you could do World Revolving or Big Shot. Mega Arms Man. Oh yeah, no way to get soft locked here, I think. That was a short way. Oh gosh. That could have been painful. Or Black Knife, that would work too. Oh. Can I do it from up there? Because the moment I do that, rocks fall. So I had to be on the ladder to not avoid being crushed. Wait. Hold left here. Another a little bit more puzzle-oriented stage, but it works. It reminds me of conquering the Shattered Outpost, but with a more puzzle bent. That one's better with its use, more creative with its uses, but this is fine. Oh, hey Trap Factory. Oh, okay. Can't do it that way. Yeah, just look at the Soulsborne titles as well. Just look at all the Souls-likes and, just look at all the Born Hunter-like titles, or even the hardest character action games or hack and slashes. This is going badly. This way. This way. Thanks. Got Bowsered. Well, that was a neat stage. That's one of the joys of getting back to Maker after a major update, during and after. You can consistently play through a series of levels which are at the very least decent. Not to mention there are several gems, like this time around we got at least 4 cool levels. Alright. Yeah. This is one of the benefits of getting back to Maker after major updates. And why I haven't actually quit the game anyways, because despite many of my criticisms, I still like it more than I don't like it. And unlike most other weeks, we actually had 2 very, I would dare argue, good stages. Vision Furnace Zone outside of that one issue at the end, I would argue is a good stage, period. Shattered Outpost, it's cool. It's not as good as Vision Furnace, but it's up there with Toxin G's, maybe up there with Toxin G's example level. And then we have Redshift, Blueshift. Could have taken its main mechanic further, but for what it's worth, it was also pretty cool. Like there was only really 2 levels which were could have avoided playing and it would be still fine. So overall, of the 11 levels I played in today's stream, my favorite one would absolutely be Vision Furnace Zone, the contest winner by It's Just Seb, with 2 honorable mentions going to Conquering the Shattered Outpost as well as Redshift, Blueshift. Good job, you 2, and thank you to everyone else who submitted your levels. It's really appreciated. Now, with that out of the way, it's time for the very short art showcase. From Pixel Boy, Certified Switch Moment. Give it time, Buster, don't rush it. The patch just dropped and pallet issues ensued. Oh no. It looks like he got sprayed with some red jelly. It looks like he's in the sugar level. Not Cotton Candy Mines, the other one before it. In any case, this concludes the art showcase and subsequently the stream. Thank you to everyone who either submitted your levels, submitted your art, or simply participated in chat. It's thanks to your support why I continue to produce videos and stream. It's really appreciated. So, if you're enjoying this or any other video on the channel, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help it out. Don't forget to follow me on Blue Sky and Mastodon as well, and join the Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in about 2.5 hours for Frosthaven. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.